No way we're gonna seize the day. We got some crazy games to play today.
Game Away!
The Nintendo Switch is an anomaly in today's gaming culture. Coming out of the Wii U's commercial failure and on the helm of a transitional period due to Iwata's passing in 2015, the Switch has destroyed even Nintendo's expectations commercially by selling over 20 million units in a little over a year, and even non-gamers adore it. It's quite literally the Wii 2.0 in that regard. However, not everything is peachy in the world of Nintendo Switch. Since the Switch's launch over a year ago, a number of companies have produced docks that plug into televisions and let you play on the big screen. Some are smaller and sleeker than Nintendo's own docks, which makes them more appealing if you're traveling. There are far often less expensive than the $90 dock sets sold by Nintendo, and unlike the official Nintendo ones, they don't scratch your console. But here's the problem. Third-party companies like Nyko have released docks that cause Switches to become $300 paperweights. These reasons include the dock busting the USB-C port on their consoles, rendering them unable to charge. Oh, and after the 5.0 firmware update, giving error messages until eventually being unable to turn on completely. Some believe it's related to the way the Switch handles AV output for an external TV and monitor while the console is docked, but Nyko isn't the only party involved here, and I know a lot of gamers are looking for a solution. So, a company called InnoAura reached out to us to take a look at the $37 solution to an affordable and portable Nintendo Switch dock. They call it the Nintendo Switch Type-C Hub Multi-Port Adapter. The name is quite the mouthful for a device so small. Before we take a look, let's quickly go over what a Nintendo Switch dock consists of. A USB-C male port to plug the Switch into, a USB-C female port to receive power, an HDMI port to connect to the TV, 2 USB 2.0 ports, and one USB 3.0 that however acts as a 2.0 port due to the Switch's firmware, which is really bizarre in its own right. Why though? Fix it, Nintendo! The Nintendo Switch Type-C Hub Multi-Port Adapter, or the Mini Switch Dock as I call it, has just about every port accounted for except for a few changes. One of these being a built-in Ethernet port that has speeds up to 1000 megabits per second. While there may be 3 USB ports on the official dock, InnoTech opted to swap out a USB port with a USB-C, but that one is used to power the Switch itself, meaning you're technically losing out on a port. However, all of the USB ports are 3.0, meaning that once Nintendo supports the hardware, you can get faster transfer speeds and much faster charging for your devices. While it won't fast charge, devices like my Samsung Galaxy S8 are able to charge at a decent pace, which only adds to the presentation appeal. Also, I need to mention that the Mini Switch dock doesn't come with its own power cable, and you will need to use the official Nintendo one. I believe this is to prevent any power issues regarding the history of docks bricking due to not using an official power cable. I've been using this dock exclusively to really get a feel for what this tiny thing has to offer. I've taken it to the studio and everywhere with an available TV. I even took it on trips like Classic Game Fest, which we've vlogged, and you can definitely check out here. I had initial worries, like if the resolution would be wonky or maybe there would be some input lag, but those qualms were quickly put to rest once I had my time with it. While InnoTech advertises that the device can go up to 4K, the Switch can only support 1080p, so it has the capability to go up to 4K resolution if the device allows, but since I don't have a device that displays through USB-C, I wasn't able to test it. Just keep that in mind. The build quality is something I didn't expect, and that's a pretty good thing. None of the ports are flimsy and easy to break, and the USB cable itself feels like it'll last for thousands and thousands of uses. The brushed plastic body is a nice touch that really adds to the overall presentation. So Nick, if you didn't have any problems, that means it's the perfect product, right? Well, actually, I did have a few problems along the way. Since the mini dock doesn't have a base on which the Switch can attach to, that means your console will likely be laying on a flat surface, and that's not really a good thing. seeing as how the console has air vents on the back and the sides, the heat dissipation isn't going to be as efficient as, say, the Switch dock. Beyond that, I feel this is a versatile piece of hardware that is able to separate itself from the competition, especially those competitors that didn't even deliver a product. For $36, you get a product that's exactly as advertised. A smaller, more portable replacement for your first-party and brick-prone third-party Switch docks. With the much smaller form factor and the convenient Ethernet port, I think this may be a permanent addition to my entertainment center and for when I travel. Thanks for watching my review for the InnoTech Mini Switch Dock. If you want to see more of us, click that subscribe button and the bell to stay notified. We also have a Discord, so come and join the conversations about video games with all of us. Link is in the description below, and until next time, sit back, relax, and game away.